Okay, here we go. We have right now looking at the markets, the S&P 500 is up 5 points, and NASDAQ continuing its big time downtrend over the last week, down another 214. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 465. We're into the power hour. Let's get right into it. Let's take a quick look at the indices. Again, the main one is the NASDAQ. I'm going to move this out to a 5-minute chart, show you what it has done today. If we look at where it opened, basically opened with a sell indicator right on the open, and then topped out, and then it's basically done a decline the rest of the day. So a lot of things are down on the day. A couple up things though. AMC is still up 13%, holding that $9 level, holding about between $9.05 and $9.10 or so. $9 on the button, being it's looks like it's at least intraday support level. And then GameStop still showing up. It breached 200. It got up to $210 a little bit earlier while we were on break, and now it is currently up $47, up 34% on the day. Some of the chip makers still getting just absolutely hammered. AMD down $3.74, Intel down 34 cents, and then the big one, Nvidia, down $32.56, going all the way down to $4.65. So again, those chip makers, semiconductors, not looking good. Anything tech related, anything NASDAQ related. We'll watch the heat map. Watch all of this turn from green over to red, because the last time we looked at it, we were in the green on everything. Here we go. It's going to be quick. Boom. So there you go. Microsoft down 1%, Apple down 3.62, Google down 3.27, Facebook down 2.25. What is up? The industrials are up. Honeywell, 3M, GE up 4% on the day. Big one over there on that. All the financials are up pretty good. JP Morgan 1.27%. If we take a look at the airlines, Boeing up 1%. RTX up 1%. Looking at some of the industrials, farm and heavy equipment, the airlines, you have Southwest up 5.5%. You have Delta up 3%, United up 6%, American Airlines up 4%, and Alaska up 4%. So the airlines leading the charge again today. Over there in energy, you have energy is down today. Take a quick look at crude oil and see what it's been doing. It has been heading down per barrel. There was an attack on the big farm in the oil storage tanks in Saudi Arabia. But that looks to be down $1.26. So we have things like Chevron, CVX is actually up 93 cents. Outlier there. U.S. oil down 90 cents. And ExxonMobil just about flat, only down about 8 cents per share. Some of the big movers on the downside, you have Tesla down $29. So definitely getting hit there. One of the bright spots today has been Disney. Disney had a nice run, got all the way up to $201, still hanging out that $199.25 area. And again, we have options expiration coming up later in the week, this coming Friday. Let's take a quick look again, the economic calendar. On Wednesday, we have the CPI coming out. And then also I wanted to show you on earnings for the week, but let me go back over to here. And let's pull up the earnings calendar. So today, whoops, hey, that's gotta be difficult to see, right? Okay, there we go. We have Wish reporting after the bell today, and Del Taco reporting after the bell. Tomorrow, you have Sanos and Dick's Sporting Goods. Again, a lot of people, if they have kids and maybe they're getting, as the economy opens back up again, all the sports stuff that they haven't been able to do for over a year, none of their sports stuff is going to fit. They're going to have to buy all new sports things. And so let's take a quick look at Dick's Sporting Goods and see if it's something worth front running. It may not do that great based on the earnings. They're looking to at $2.30 is the estimate. They did exceed their earnings last time. And if you take a look at the daily chart and say, okay, well, what did they do the last time they reported earnings? Basically went down. Went up the time before that, and of course we have earnings being reported. So Dick's Sporting Goods, it looks like they're going to be reporting tomorrow, and so the estimate for them, I think, was a dollar. What did I just say? $1.30, right? Hey. $2.30 is the estimate, and that's for tomorrow. They'll be reporting earnings, and that is going to come in again. They report before the open tomorrow, so we'll see what happens on that as they report either after the close or tomorrow morning. And then on Wednesday, March 10th, you have Tupperware reporting, but the big ones, AMC reporting and Oracle, those are going to be really the two to watch on Wednesday as far as earnings go. And pretty much for the rest of the week, not a lot of other exciting things happening. Party City, that could be interesting going forward. Again, as things open up and people start celebrating again, they maybe start having parties, backyard parties for the summertime. That might work out to a possibility as well. But like I said, right now we have the major market indices. You have the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is actually up right now, 425, right around there, 31,919. You have the S&P turning negative, now down $2.10 down to 38.39, and then you have the IXIC, the Nasdaq Composite. Again, that's the one getting killed, down 249, almost $250, down to 126.69. So 12,669, 12668, right around there. So they're down 1.95%. So that bloodletting just continues in tech, just getting hammered. You can see the heat map. Things that are in gray and things that are in red is all the tech that you can possibly imagine, with the exception of Oracle, which is up 3.85%. And we can take a quick look at Oracle as well. And they're having a nice run in anticipation of probably blowing out their earnings again. Let's see, they're set to report on Wednesday again. The estimate is 111, and but got an interesting run up to earnings, and they have missed their earnings estimates the last 4 quarters. So last 4 quarters they've missed their earnings, but why is that? Who knows? We'll see. But having a very, very nice day today, up 3.66%, even as the SPY, the S&P 500, turns negative on the day. The Nasdaq just getting hammered, and the volatility index, the VIX, is up. So looking at volatility on the day, you can see this from the 5-minute chart here. And whoops, here we go. One more. There we go. Started off here, and then just kind of came down, and then the VIX is running back up again as these techs turn negative. Again, the Dow was up a good 600 points or so, not that long ago, less than an hour ago. Topped out at 32,156, 32,148 on the day. So we've already had it turn back quite a bit. So 31,916 minus high a day, 32,148. So it's definitely 900 points lower than what it was off of its high for today. So is that right? 32,148 minus 31,912 is 236 points plus 417. So yeah, had about a 653. I misspoke. Had about a 650 point being up today, and now that's pulled back a couple hundred points down to 413. So it is up 1.33% on the day. Hey, puppy. Okay. All right, so let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke 51,000 while we were gone, and so it's well above 51,000 at 51,403. Ethereum following as well at 1772, got up as high as 1780, so getting close to getting, will it make another run up towards 2,000 again? I think it will. We'll see as the time frame on that. If we take a look at the metals markets, and we can see that silver is down 6 cents on the day. And let me take a quick look here. And we have platinum, which is up $14.60 to 11.44. And palladium is also down $20. So again, silver just hanging out. Okay. Tesla down $33. Again, this took another turn for the bottom. It broke that $600 level, got all the way up to 620, and has already pulled back another 6% from there. So 563 divided into 620. So off its high of the day, it's pulled back 9% off its high of its day, and it is down 5.7%. So it was up on the day. It was up a good 3-4%. And then pulled back as the NASDAQ pulled back again, as people are continuing to exit their positions in tech. So that is something definitely to be leery and weary of. And let's see. SQQQs. Oops, stock. All right, let's take a look what else we got going on here today. Rocket Mortgage up 24.84 or down 28 cents. I'm sorry, to 24.84. So it's pulling back a little bit today. Where's some of this stuff? And GameStop was making another run. Again, it got up above $200, up to 210. And let's take a look at Ford. Ford's still solid gain on the day, holding on to its gains, up 30 cents, about almost 2.5% here. And it's holding on to its gains, definitely staying above the 50 and 200 day 50 and 200 period moving averages under this 5-minute chart, and currently trading above or below the VWAP. But if you hop down to the 30-second chart, it's below all three. So will it head back up to this 1263 range if we start to get a little bit of a recovery? The VIX seems to have settled at its level right now, and the S&P 500 is slowing down as well. And so maybe we're getting a little consolidating here, but again, tech just continues just to get beaten down and beaten down and beaten down, and people just keep taking their profits off. So that's what we have. That's what we have going on there. AMC, $9. $8.99, $8.98, $8.97, $8.96, $8.95, $8.97. So we can watch that for a few minutes here too. There's a lot of people talking about, was the run up on Friday, and the fact that we're selling off today, is that any type of sign of, fake, basically a bull trap, get people to buy back in, and then bigger money exits their position at a slightly higher price than what they did before, causing everything to go back down again? Good question. But the VIX is definitely looks like it's trying to make a little bit of a turn towards the south here. And the S&P, if you look down at the bottom of my screen, you can see the S&P 500 here and the VIX here. And again, if you like the stream, click that follow, hit that like, subscribe if you like the streams, if we're doing anything useful. And again, if should you have any questions, you can feel free to post those in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. And let me get this. Here we go. Okay. So GameStop heading up again, heading north, as is our friends over there at AMC, the movie theater chain. But GameStop again, huge run today. Could have been based on option expirations based on last week. People possibly covering their shorts, or they're just running it up again over on the Wall Street Bets forum over there on Reddit. That could be happening as well. Take a look at AMC. Right. Let's shake it. What? Dog wants hugs. What? Oh, okay, stop. Get that. Thank you. All right. GameStop pulling back a little bit, 184 range. AMC also just kind of settling into a little consolidation, 903 to 905, 902 to 905. Call it 9, 9 to 904 range, but pulling back a little bit now as the VIX turns again and goes north, pulling the S&P 500 back down again. So S&P struggling to make any types of gains whatsoever. And again, this one matches what's going down here on the top screen. This is the same chart as we have up here. So whereas the VIX, this is volatility, and again, those are inverse. And as the VIX goes up, then the S&P 500 goes down. So another red day in the market, folks. Not all red, but boy, techs sure are driving down the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 both. As we take a look at the heat map and see just the red just continues in all this technology stuff. With the exception of something like Disney, which is up 4.9%. Comcast is up a little bit, but Disney definitely leading the pack. Netflix down 3.6%. Take a look at technology, consumer electronics, Apple. Microsoft down, Adobe down, Oracle up. Visa, MasterCard both up. All the banking sector is up. Just not show options. Big mover on the day, Viacom. And they're up 13%. And that's probably off the Prince Harry Meghan interview they did with Oprah that they aired last night. 17 million Americans watched Oprah TV interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So, I don't know. I didn't watch it. Doesn't interest me. But people liked it, and so they bought the stock and sent it skyrocketing, up 13% today. So good for Viacom CBS. And again, SPY or SPX S&P 500 still down 2.25 points. NASDAQ down 255, and the Dow holding on to a 447 point gain, mainly in the industrials, cyclicals, financials. Down today. Tech is down today, as is oil and natural gas stocks. ExxonMobil, Chevron up just a little bit. I see right there. All right, GameStop heading up again, as is AMC. Big pop on AMC and GameStop, both. AMC up 15%, GameStop up 40% now. Both of them on a little bit of a run here. 12:30, we got a half an hour to close. And, AMC is going to be reporting their earnings out on Wednesday. Watch GameStop, see if it's going to break 200 again. It got all the way up to 210 on the day. AMC got up to up to 948. And S&P getting ready to turn green. Stretch. And there it goes. S&P just turned green on the day. And turn back again. So, but volatility is heading down a little bit. You got a 2-candle lead on the upside for S&P 500 versus the VIX. And there we are, green on the day. Let's see if the NASDAQ can fight back a little bit. Again, Dow Jones Industrial Average up 453, NASDAQ down 238, and the S&P 500 up 1.28 on the day. And GameStop just 193, looks like it's settling into a little bit of a range here. Same with AMC. Okay. And GameStop takes a turn, and AMC takes a turn right with it. These two are married to each other. They're married to each other. And the S&P starting to fight back here a little bit. Just barely up, but trying to get back to its 50 and 200 period average, which would put it at around 38.48. And we're at 38.44 now. So let's see what happens here. We've got another 25 minutes to close before the market closes. I'm listening to Kathy Wood in the background.
Everyone wants to know what your new price target is, Kathy, because the last time you gave that price target, it seemed crazy to a lot of people, and then not so much when Tesla actually rocketed 700%. So where are you now and where that stock goes?
Well, we're about to publish, I'm hoping it's within a week or two, our new forecasts. Our confidence in Tesla has gone up for a number of reasons. One, it didn't lose share of the electric vehicle market when all of the traditional luxury brand names started bringing their own electric vehicles to market. Now, we expect it will lose share, but our expectation is...
All right, so again, she's saying the same thing I said earlier this morning on this morning's stream about Tesla, and the expectation that Tesla will be losing share market value or share of the EV market to companies like Ford and to companies like GM as well. Where is my... which are both up on the day. So you have GM up a good 2.73% today. You have Ford that is up 3.46%, and you have Tesla, which is down 4.64%, or somewhere around there, 4.5%. But good news on the day: S&P 500 is turned green on the day as it approaches. It's above VWAP right now, but let's go back over to the 5 minutes. Sorry about that. Go back to the 5 minute. It is below VWAP right now. It is above its 50 and 200 period average. On the daily side, if you look at the S&P 500, well above, it's hanging out right on its VWAP line. Look at that line. That's every single day from November, from basically November 1st all the way through. You can look at the daily and say, hey, where's VWAP at? And it'll be hanging out there. So definitely an interesting day in the markets. Again, the tech, just getting hammered again to the downside. Microsoft down, Nvidia down, AMD down, Adobe down, Oracle up, Apple down, Google down, Facebook down, Twitter down, Amazon down, eBay, Etsy is actually down. They're all down. Tesla's down, GM and Ford. The only three that they include in this whole consumer cyclical and the S&P 500 are the three biggest ones, which are Ford, GM, and Tesla. And Tesla's down and Ford and GM are up. And that's going to be based on Ford and GM taking market share away from Tesla. So if you are still in Tesla, again, I got out of that at 663, and it is about $100 lower, sitting at 570, down another $27 on the day. So okay, one last look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 51,500, so not only holding the $50,000 level, but trying to build a new level up above 51,000. So that's something different there. Kathy Wood over on CNBC is saying that her confidence in Tesla has gone up. Okay, Kathy, you trying to drive that thing back up so you can exit your position a little bit? I don't know. I'm not very bullish on Tesla going forward as the summertime comes and people start taking possession of their Mach-E Mustang electric vehicles, which is absolutely correlated to Tesla losing market share. They're going to Ford. We looked at it earlier, and if you look at the way that they market their website, the whole 9 yards, Ford, 2021 North American Truck and Utility Vehicle of the Year for the 2021 Ford F-150 and the 2021 Mustang Mach-E. That is a much better looking car than a Tesla, I think. And forget about GM. Their cars are just, the only EV they have is the Bolt, and that thing is ugly as can be. So Chevy is charging the same thing for a Chevy Bolt, as Ford is for their entry-level Mustang Mach-E with a 300-mile range on the batteries. So so there you go. So I like Ford and GM over Tesla. I like Ford over Tesla. GameStop heading up again, 190. AMC, 917. So Kathy Wood's been talking for like 5 minutes on CNBC. I don't know if I can. Let's see here.
Nail in the wheel, which they couldn't correct over the air, of course, never a problem. So what they've done is extraordinary, and I think this is their market to lose. I think they're in a very, very different place also. We're not in the tech and telecom bust. We are 20 years later. All of the seeds for what is happening now were planted back then. Now they're coming to fruition.
Tesla off the session lows, down 4.8%. Kathy, if you would, stay with us because we're going to
Her
take a
big
quick
bets,
break, and we have a lot to
Zillow,
get to when we come
Spotify,
back,
Shopify, Zoom,
including
Teledeck,
crypto.
Roku,
I know you're a fan,
Baidu,
and some of your
CRISPR,
other holdings
Square,
that you saw
and
right
Tesla.
there on the wall, like Palantir and Square. Stay with us here on Closing Bell. Dow's up 472. We'll be right back with Kathy Wood.
Okay. Let's see if I can figure this out. I can't get it to show up on this other. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let's try this again here. And we'll take a look at what she has to say. Ah. And we have the Dow up 476. And we're going to pause the music here. And when CNBC comes back on, they will have Kathy Wood back, and we'll see what she's going to say on her other items that she talks about. So again, we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 488. The Nasdaq is down 236. S&P 500 is up 2. And they should be coming off break here in just a moment. GameStop holding on to the 190, up $53. AMC up to 923, holding on to a 14.5% gain, up $1.16. And we have 17 minutes until we close.
We're back with ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood. Kathy, thanks for sticking around. I wanted to ask about Bitcoin, a big picture question over the next decade. Do you think it will prove to continue to be correlated with risk assets, or will it emerge to be negatively correlated in a way that you could argue gold perhaps has been over the long term, or the dollar has been in terms of its correlation with stocks?
What's been interesting about the correlations, Bitcoin to any other asset class, is the correlations have actually been very, very low over time. In fact, the highest correlation is between Bitcoin and real estate. Now, the IRS taxes Bitcoin as property, but I don't think that's the reason for this correlation. It just so happens it's that. So we think that as it becomes a better accepted new asset class, and we are seeing institutional movement into the space, and we're seeing the diversification of balance sheets from cash into Bitcoin, we do think it will behave, actually, I would say, more like the fixed income markets, believe it or not. If you think about bonds from this level, this idea of a 60-40 balanced portfolio is a bit problematic. We've been through a 40-year bull market in bonds. We would not be surprised to see this new asset class become a part of those percentages, maybe 60 equity, 20-20. So I actually think that might be the biggest surprise here.
I wanted to ask about fintech as well. I know you're a big believer there, and I wondered whether you look at the incumbent financial companies and banks in a different light than perhaps you do the incumbent autos compared to Tesla, or the incumbent retailers compared to Amazon 10 or 20 years ago. Are any of the traditional banks, with all the investment they're putting into tech, whether it's Goldman with Marcus, Citi with their partnership with Google, or the investments the big banks have made into Zelle, whether any of those banks are investable as plays on fintech, or are they all going to get crushed like certain retailers and autos have been?
Well, it's interesting that you say that. We have often expressed a point of view that there's old DNA and new DNA. It's when the technology platforms shift, it's very hard for DNA to shift from old to new. That said, you've seen with Walmart, you're going to have a Walmart, a Target, a Costco. So you'll have maybe 2 or 3 mega banks, and yes, a lot of them are investing aggressively now, which is what they should be doing. But we do believe that the 2 of the biggest sectors that will be disrupted in the world today are the 2 that have been best performing this year: energy and financial services. So choose wisely and make sure you're on the right side of change. Make sure these companies are investing enough, have invested enough. So many companies simply leveraged up to buy back shares, and now they're facing this huge investment mandate. So make sure that you invest in those that will be the survivors. And we do think that the carnage is going to be pretty significant in both the energy and the financial services sector long term. Now, in a V-shaped recovery, and we think we're in a very strong recovery right now, they're going to do fine. They're going to do fine. And in fact, the yield curve is very wide by recent standards. So that should accrue to the benefit of financial services broadly. So we're not saying that this is a fake out short term, but we are saying long term, watch out.
Kathy, just back to your fund's performance just recently and what we've been seeing. How are you navigating these heavy first inflows and now outflows? And my other questions are related to that is why are you selling liquid stocks for illiquid stocks in a downturn?
Well, it's part of our strategy. So in the coronavirus, we concentrated our portfolio towards our highest conviction names. So the flagship portfolio got down to 33 names. As the bull market extended, we added names. It's up to 55 names. Many of those names were much more liquid stocks. And so you're right, Sarah. When we get opportunities like this, to invest in pure plays instead of more mature plays, still innovation, but more mature and not as pure play, we will move back into pure play. Those are the more volatile names, of course. And so we're getting great opportunities. And just to give you a sense of that, our minimum hurdle rate of return for any stock to enter our portfolio is 15% over a 5-year period. So that's a doubling over 5 years. Now consider the source, but given the very sharp pullback we have had here recently, nothing's changed from our point of view on our long-term projections. The only thing that's changed is the rate of return. So a 25% rate of return over 5 years. So we're becoming more and more optimistic about our portfolios in the sell-off.
We could go through a number of stocks that you like and that are all high interest on the street, from Palantir to Square. Why don't you give us, besides Tesla, which we know you're a big fan of and your conviction has increased there, which one you think is the most underappreciated name right now in your portfolio that you'd be looking to add positions to?
Well, we just went through this morning. Invitae in the molecular diagnostic space is probably one of the most important companies in the genomic revolution. And it is
okay, Dow's still up
hammered.
417, but the S&P and the NASDAQ still
has had historically small cash cushions,
territory.
although they've rectified that with offerings, which is great. But it's investing aggressively to be the leader in the molecular diagnostic testing space. Many people, the disconnect for many people here is when they think of lab tests, they think of LabCorp and Quest Diagnostics, which are effectively very mature companies commoditized value stocks. And so it is a little bit like Tesla in the automobile industry. The new lab tests, which are going to be informed by artificial intelligence and big data and supercomputing power, are, we believe, in a winner-take-most market as we move into personalized medicine, much different from one test for all, although we'll see multi-cancer screening certainly in that realm. But we think the move towards personalized testing is going to give just a few companies the lion's share of the market. Those companies with the most data, the highest quality data, and the best AI expertise.
Kathy, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Wilfred and Sarah, very much.
We've only got 9 minutes left of the session, and we are down 2% on the NASDAQ, up 1.3% on the Dow. The Market Zone next.
Okay. Let's okay, S&P down 8, NASDAQ down 269, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 412. And GameStop ripping up again today and heading towards possibly newer highs. So 196, maybe it's trying to break that 200 today. AMC on a nice run up to 929. And we have about 8 minutes left until the market closes. But look at this run. Let's see if it hits 200. We'll just watch this one. What the heck? It's just over here. What am I missing? A lot of stuff turning red right now. A lot of things heading on the south. GameStop 196 up 58, AMC 930 up $1.24, 15% on AMC and 42% on GameStop. Might be looking at a short there. Okay, 5 minutes left until the market closes. I'm going to see if there's any, see what's going to happen in the aftermarket here with GameStop and AMC. And I'm just going to check for order imbalance. We have an order imbalance of 77,000 shares on the buy side on GameStop. And AMC, buy side imbalance 130,000 shares on AMC. So both AMC and GameStop both have buy side imbalances, 130,000 shares on AMC. And again, we have 77,000 shares on GameStop, buy side imbalance to the buy side. So that tells you they're basically short some stuff. And S&P just fighting, trying to stay to get closer to zero, but volatility is definitely going up, and going up quite a bit. And we have Disney. Again, Disney had a really nice day today. And if you look at the heat map, where they at here? Find them. Here we go. Disney, Disney is now thrown in as communication services and entertainment. Big news on Disney. They announced their parks reopening. So good for them. Comcast is up. Netflix is down. Charter Communications down 1. Viacom up 11% on Viacom CBS, and that's based off the Oprah interviews of Prince Harry. And so some good stuff there. On the industrials, aerospace, and defense, all of your tech defense, aerospace, and defense companies are up today. If we take a look at the airlines are up today. Alaska Airlines, American Airlines up 5%, UAL up 7%, Delta up 3%, and Southwest up 5%. So nice runs there. As you might as well call this for what this is. This is a run from tech over to value, and the financials is bearing that out to be true as well. Even energy getting a little bit of a clip today. Also, as we have 3 minutes into the close, Disney up above $200, holding on to that. And GameStop was above 200. They got up to 210 today. And AMC got up to 948 today, but it's sitting at 928, up 122. Whereas GameStop is up 56% today. Man, nice run on the GameStop shares for you folks that are holding on to that one, or made some money today, either on a swing trade or day trading it. And it's not every time that you can get a 41% scalp on a stock in one day. And for those of you that rode that up pretty well, stayed above is 50 and 200 average on the 5-minute line. VWAP trading slightly below VWAP, so we have 2 minutes left until close. And we'll see what happens with this here with 1 minute left. One minute to the bell. 1 minute to market close. Quick recap, recap, right, for tech. 342 up on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, NASDAQ Composite Index. All the techs getting hammered today, down 293. And the SPX S&P 500 heading south again towards the end of the day. That's going to make it interesting for tomorrow. We'll see what happens with the futures after market here, but definitely not looking good for them. And GameStop again, nice run up to 192. And AMC finishing off a nice day in their run up, maybe possibly towards earnings on Wednesday as they turn there. So let's see where GameStop is going to end today. We're at 192, and we should be just about at the bell. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Equity markets are now closed in the U.S. So we had GameStop finish up at 194.50. AMC finished out at 929. So definitely a good day for those folks. We had Tesla turned out negative even after Cathie Wood got on. Nobody was buying what she was trying to say about her liking Tesla. Definitely not in the cards for that one. Rocket down 39 cents today. Again, going ex-dividend today for shareholders on record as of tomorrow. And so they'll pick up $1.11 dividend. So we'll see what happens with this one later on in the week. I happen to have 750 shares of that one. And then we talked about crude oil today. Crude oil down $1.38. That caused a little havoc in the energy sector. We had ExxonMobil down 7 cents. But U.S. oil, again, leveraged ETF, down 94 cents, basically down 2% off of its highs for the day. So that's going to do it for us for today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again tomorrow. I'm Crypto Sonar. Have yourself a fantastic afternoon, and stay green.